Hello everyone and welcome to Red Raptor Writes, a truly Jurassic world where we don't have the Cretaceous animals that just dominate the Jurassic movies. This is a truly Jurassic world. Last time we made our Metriacanthosaurid exhibit. Well, I say Metriacanthosaurid, I just use Coelophysis because there was that whole, and still is, that whole controversy over them. But they're looking lovely as ever. A great new addition to the evolution roster. Oh, I love the way they move together. Like, it's very ominous and intimidating. Very cool, very cool. So, I figured out what we're going to do today. Ferb, I know what we're going to do today. So, instead of going Europe, we're going to go Asia. So, I took the time, like 5 seconds to divide the Jurassic world. So, here is going to be Asia. This will be the North American section. And, okay, yes, that will be the North American section. This can be the European section. The European section has to be larger because I need to fit the aviaries and the giant pools for the Attenborosaurus and Dimorphodon. But then here's going to be, Allosaurus, Ceratosaurus, Stegosaurus, Apatosaurus. Asia, we're going to have Mamenchisaurus, Chungkingosaurus, Huayangosaurus, and I came up with the sneaky. Alright, we're not going to do Metriacanthosaurid for the European section. I know, it's kind of a loss, but instead we're going to use them for the Asian section as Sinraptor. I was thinking maybe I can pull off Huayangosaurus. Maybe with Giganotosaurus. No, we're going Sinraptor. It's closer, it makes sense. It's in the same family. I was thinking about delaying this episode, maybe a bit, but we're going to get an update soon, and I didn't want to release a video only for it to be updated, and then I could have done better if I had the update. The update's pretty big. Well, we're going to get the Cretaceous DLC, which includes, I'm just guessing on this one, which includes the Oranosaurus. Well, it's in this game, but a new model, and I think personally a much better model than this Oranosaurus. Like, I don't know, this one, it's not textured very well. It looks, I don't like the bill looks, it looks like a toy to me. Yeah, I don't like it. It's very chunky. Maybe it would have been chunky in real life, but it's not that appealing. And we're gonna get the Scorpius Rex, Bumpy the Ankylosaurus. So it's a big DLC. Alright, I'll just let you cook in there for a minute. But the update is actually what really has my attention. I'll get the DLC because I like Camp Cretaceous, but in the update, it'll eliminate the need for scientists. So I won't need these two to cook up a Metriacanthosaurus in my sandbox mode, because why in heck would I want those limitations in sandbox? So that's going to be gone, thankfully. And also, with the update, we should be able to see what we're making before we make it, which, sounds kind of like an obvious one, but apparently it's not. Apparently it's something we have to ask for specifically. Instead of randomly guessing, guess a pattern, guess a color, who knows what the heck it'll look like, we actually will see what in Shrek's name we're making. Oh, well, that was fast. So updates that probably should have been in the base game, but then there are also additions like, okay, this is looking ugly. There will be a lot more decorations too. I do like how Jurassic World Evolution 2 introduced a lot of decorations. It's very well appreciated. But this will add a Spinosaurus skeleton, I think a fountain, and a few other things. Is this enough? Would this be enough space? That's enough space. That's good, that's good. So I could have waited for the update, but I decided screw it. I haven't recorded in a while, and I don't want to make you wait any longer. So I'm making Sinraptor because I'm trying to get that balance between herbivores and carnivores. You don't just want all herbivores, you don't want all carnivores. And then plus the balance between the different continents. So I think going Sinraptor was a good call, not to toot my own horn. Make it a little jungly. A little jungly, that's nice. Kind of reminds me of The Incredibles, where they're fighting. Such a great movie. Ooh, this would be a good spot for a viewing platform. Hey, okay. But The Incredibles, that's not relevant right now. What is relevant, however, is the Batman, which I did get to see today. And by today, I mean the Saturday of its release. So it released 2 nights ago, and I've got to say, it was a good movie. Alright, this has turned into Jurassic World Evolution 2 plus movie reviews. It was kind of my thing back in the day. Back when I was a young channel, I was Tim Rex, I did a lot of movie reviews. Now, not so much anymore. I know you guys like the dinosaur stuff, so that's what I'll give. But the Batman was good. It was good. I definitely like Robert Pattinson in the role. Oh, great. I can't wait until this is gone. Just more creative control, please. Yeah, so Robert Pattinson, good as Batman, but I didn't like the take on Bruce Wayne. Of course, I'm not going to spoil anything, but he just kind of... I know it was intentional, but I don't think it really paid off. He just kind of still acted like Batman as Bruce Wayne, still really like dark, brooding, kind of quiet. It didn't really work for me. So maybe he pushed the Batman, you know, he was good with it, but just took it too far. And these 2 trees are in the way. This would be a terrible view. Hold up. But, aside from that, the pacing, not very good. It feels very long. It is very long. It's 3 hours, and you start to feel it after a while. Because, like, plot-wise, it doesn't feel like it's necessarily building up. It feels kind of like the movie just keeps going, which isn't great, but, you know, it could have been worse. But for the positives, all of the characters in Gotham were done just so well. The theme, the aesthetic, it was all great. The cinematography, fantastic. It actually reminded me a lot of Arkham Knight. Just the cinematography, the art style, the suit, the rain, it all reminded me of Arkham Knight, which typically is probably not a good thing. In this case, yes, it's a good thing. Oh, is this like a chained goat and this is an unchained goat? I didn't know there was a distinction in this game. Let's give you 2 feeders, one there, one there. Yeah, so that was great. You know, it wasn't mostly Batmobile, like you just paid $60 and now you get to play around in the Batmobile for like 10 hours, fight Deathstroke in the Batmobile, fight the Arkham Knight in a Batmobile. Like that, whose idea was that? I'm gonna link my rant. I have a whole 50-minute rant on that. But if you haven't been with my channel that long, you might not know that I'm a big Batman fan. Love everything Batman. Well, everything Batman that's good. Just because he slapped the name Batman on it doesn't mean I'm gonna like it. Like Batman and Robin. Alright, well this has been a short episode. Alrighty, we got the Metriacanthosaurid exhibit busted out. Alright, then we can move on. So...
let me introduce you to the Metriacanthosaurid.
Alright.
Say that fast 3 times.
I have
This
a
is
plan.
another alpha predator that, while not as big as some of its cousins, tends to stand more upright. So I guess it has good posture while it's tearing you to shreds.
Okay, this could be the little Huayangosaurus world. But how do I make it interesting, you know?
Has been completed.
You don't just want a bland, boring exhibit. It needs to be interesting somehow. What do I do to this? Let's go with the Jurassic tour. Hey, okay, this is what it's about. Jurassic tour. Want to make it a thrilling experience for the viewers. Right, you don't want just the same boring thing over and over again. Because even if the dinosaurs are interesting, even if the exhibit looks cool, if they're just viewing it the same way all the time, they're gonna get bored of the experience. Maybe make it kind of like a canyony? Would that be cool? Is that what the kids are into these days? And I do like in this game, you can just build the fence over the path. can't. Are you kidding me? I swore that was a thing. I would have sworn on my mother's grave, which thankfully doesn't exist yet, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so I'm gonna be trying to watch a lot more of the Batman animated series from the 90s, because I've seen like half of season 1 and you know I'm enjoying it. But I've kind of missed out on that era of Batman. I'm definitely more of a Nolan Arkham guy. And the Batman, definitely not as good as the first 2 Nolan movies, Begins and The Dark Knight. But still good. Again, I think the pacing issues kind of hurt the movie. Even though I like all the way like most of the characters are portrayed. Didn't love the Bruce Wayne. Like the Batman. And I think they did Gotham really well. Oh, wait, what am I doing? I forgot to make some Huayangosauruses. But Gotham was very gothic. Had a lot of the neon lights, but gothic architecture. Very dark, very moody. Like very crime-ridden and hopeless. Like that's what you want in a Gotham. So it was very good. Okay. Huayangosaurus starts with an H. Come on. Come on, better out the rights. Get your brain together. Assign the scientists. There we go. Congratulations. Good job, guys. But one super underrated Batman movie that I think maybe a lot of people missed. Wait, what the heck did they eat? That a lot of people missed is Mask of the Phantasm. That came out in '93. Kind of like Jurassic Park. So it probably got overshadowed in that way. Actually, I'm going to change your skin color, said Michael Jackson to himself. Yeah, Mask of the Phantasm. If you're a Batman or comic fan and you haven't seen it, that is a must-watch. It's like Batman Begins and Spider-Man 2 wrapped together. And, I mean, already just saying one of those things should just get you excited about it. I keep forgetting to check what the heck they eat. What do you eat? Ground leaf. Okay, you eat ground leaf. Yeah, and I'm not going to spoil Mask of the Phantasm either. Watch it. It's like a spin-off of the animated series. It's in the same universe, same actors, Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill. Actually, I like this. Hold on. I might return to something like this for the Dilophosaurus, because it reminds me of Arizona. Okay, yes, this map is in the southwest, but like this specifically, I think looks like an Arizona dig site, like the Kayenta Formation, where you'd find the Dilophosaurus. How are the Sinraptors? In hindsight, in retrospect, I should have made them different colors, so then they don't just look like Metriacanthosaurid. Okay, alright, sorry guys, you're going. How do I get rid of you? I don't have a ranger team. Okay, let's fix that. Let's get rid of you guys. I just need to change the color. It looks too much like the Metriacanthosaurus. Here we go. Response facility. Sorry. Poor guys. I swear this is not Metriacanthosaurus racism. I just want them to look distinct. Don't dox me, guys. Don't boot me off of YouTube. At this point, I think like any Batman interpretation will just not live up to the Nolan movies unless they do something like radically different. But when it's still in the same ballpark, like the Batman, or it's kind of similar, you know, it'll always get compared to the Nolan movies, and really, that's pretty much impossible to live up to. I like it. Right, now, get rid of those guys. Get rid of the Metriacanthosauruses. I'm sorry. I'm sure you'll all have nice homes and not be poached or experimented on or stuck in a terrible facility. We'll find you all nice owners. There you are. And you'll be very happy. I swear. I really hope. No, maybe there'll be a day where we don't have to do this anymore, where we can just click into a menu, select dinosaurs, and then plop them in. because the whole process is tedious. It was tedious in the first game. The creator should have realized that and then not made it even more tedious. Okay, good. So while I talk about movies, I just need to mention that I am 100% boycotting the Uncharted movie. I heard it was like mediocre anyways, but like I've been an Uncharted fan since the game came out in 2007. I got it on the PS3 when it came out. I don't know if it was the day it came out, but it was definitely back in 2007. And I've fallen in love with those characters. The games are, like, you know, very well done, very enjoyable. They're fun. Characters are great. Interesting stories. Interesting enough, you know, especially if you're not into history. But being into history, I was more into it. Yeah, like Uncharted is just a series that can't be beat. Can't beat the Uncharted series, especially not within its genre. But then when I see the trailer, or when I heard that Tom Holland was going to be Nathan Drake, I was already freaking out. Like, everyone I talked to, I would just rant, like, how can they put Tom Holland as Nathan Drake? That's the worst casting decision ever. Like, what? And then the trailer comes out, and then all of my worst fears are just 100% confirmed. Like, he was not Nathan Drake at all. Not at all. And then to make matters worse, as if Tom Holland wasn't bad enough, they put Mark Wahlberg as Sully. Like, really? The most generic actor, always plays himself, same guy in every role, has to play this outstanding, like, really cool guy.
Asset transportation complete.
And everything I've heard about the movie just confirmed what I thought in the trailer and from the announcement, so I'm boycotting it. I'm never going to see the Uncharted movie. No, how dare Sony take such a good property and just ruin it like that? I mean, because everyone knows Tom Holland isn't good for that role, but just because he's popular right now, they need to put him in to appeal to the teenage girls who have a crush on him. Like, he's a fine actor. I liked him in No Way Home. But, gosh, why? This must be how Resident Evil fans feel, like, every couple years when they try to reboot the movies based on the games, and then they find ways to ruin it in new, interesting ways every time. And now I hear that Netflix is making a BioShock movie, which concerns me deeply after, you know, Uncharted. I didn't see the new Resident Evil movie, but my brother tells me it was very bad, with some few good parts. Now a BioShock movie, like, of all the things you're going to ruin, not that BioShock hasn't already been ruined by Infinite and Burial at Sea, but really, you're gonna take literally the best game ever made and then ruin it. Great, thanks guys. And I've also heard about a Fallout series that's happening. Thanks for ruining another great IP. Thankfully I wasn't into The Wicker, whatever you call it. So that probably would have been ruined. The Tomb Raider movie wasn't very good. The Sonic movie was perfectly mediocre. You know, you've seen it 1,000 times before, that kind of movie. Video game movies just stop trying. Because most of the time, video games shouldn't be adaptable into movies, or it's going to be difficult. But then the few times that the game property is adaptable, they still find new and unique and interesting ways to ruin it. Like, a Resident Evil movie can totally work, but it's completely ruined twice. BioShock movie can't work, because BioShock is amazing because it takes full advantage of its video game medium. It's a commentary on the medium of video games, and making it into a movie obviously would lose that magic. It would lose what makes it BioShock. That's the point. You're playing as a video game, so You're just a mind-controlled assassin who blindly takes orders, but you don't realize that because as a player, that's what you do anyways in video games. But no, it has to be a movie or a series or whatever. Fallout I think can work, but they're going to ruin it. Uncharted was the perfect chance. It was basically half a movie already. Half a movie already. It was written for you. There was a whole quadrilogy written for you. And they still found ways to ruin it. Am I just ranting? Are the dinosaurs ready? Oh. Oh, sorry guys.
Picking up asset.
And all of these Metriacanthosauruses are kind of suck, but it's what we got. Oh, Sinraptor. I'm sorry, it's Sinraptor. Okay, I know that there are much worse things in the world going on right now than video game adaptations of movies, but it's the worst thing that I feel comfortable talking about on the channel, if that makes sense. I don't want to go any worse than this, so let's just stay here where we're at right now. I always feel bad, like when I don't pick all the eggs to incubate, I kind of feel like I'm aborting dinosaurs, which is another topic that's too dark for me to get into, but I feel really dirty doing it. Like these eggs that I'm just like smashing. Oh great, yeah, now we have to wait for the eggs. So let's look at the Huayangosaurus in the meantime.
Asset delivery confirmed.
Aww. They were very cute in the first game, they're still cute in this game. I like the Huayangosaurus. Aww. Kind of reminds me of Spike from The Land Before Time. Except they're not just like eating everything in their vicinity. I've been rewatching the Land Before Time movies. I'm up to 6 now. 6 I don't remember at all. I don't know if I talked about this before in the Land Before Time movies. 2, 5, and 7. Those are the awesome ones. 2, 5, and 7 are like certified Kino. 1, I mean, it's the original, it's the classic, but it's not very watchable for me. Like, I've always, even as a little kid, just found 1 so boring. Maybe if I revisit it as an adult, I'd find it less boring and actually, you know, have the maturity to be invested in it, but I just couldn't. Then there's The Land Before Time 2, which is classic, has Chomper, the 2 T-Rexes. The Truth, the Omiris really seal the show. One of them is Carl Weezer, whose name escapes me at the very moment, because thinking and playing and recording is not very good for my brain. Oh, Rod Paulson. Rod Paulson, there it is.
Asset to be collected.
Sorry, when I'm recording, I have to like dig deep into the recesses of my mind to remember things. 3, surprise hit for me. I like 3. Has a good message about parenting. I'm not a parent, but maybe I'll need that someday. By accident. Because I don't want kids. 4, disappointing as heck. 4, the lamp. Okay, let me keep looking at the Huayangosaurus, because there were 2 kinds. There was like the blue one and then the brown one. Let's look at a brown one. Hi there. Very cute.
Asset has been collected.
So Land Before Time 4. It has the best first act, the best setup. Littlefoot's grandpa is like dying, he's sick, there's no way to save him. Littlefoot like tries, you know, he wants to go on a journey, but has to eventually learn that death is a natural part of life. Well, it's the end of life. So he has to learn that and accept that lesson, even though he might have learned it with his mom, but, you know, whatever. It's still very touching, very sad. And then the rest of the movie, like, I have no idea why. It's called Journey Through the Mist, but the mist is like 5 minutes, and there's so much of it that's just in a cave, where they're just getting chased by a crocodile and a bird guy, and oh my, it was so boring. 4 was so boring. And then, of course, Littlefoot's grandpa survives in the end because Littlefoot finds a special flower, cures him. Waste of a good setup. Such a waste. 5, Return of Chomper, Return of his parents. It's Mysterious Island. They fight the Giganotosaurus. It's epic. 5 is epic. Has some great songs in it too. Big Water, Friends for Dinner. Classics. 6. Don't remember at all. Don't remember at all. It's my next one. Maybe the next video I make, I'll come back with a review of it. 7 is the GOAT though. And 7's the last one I have a clear memory of. I barely remember 8. But 7 is the greatest. With the rainbow faces that are like all mystical. Who knew that some teenage girls would actually take them seriously and base their whole personalities around it, but you know, whatever. Beyond the Mysterious Beyond, greatest song ever written by man. I don't know what kind of drugs the writers, songwriters are taking, but they just made the greatest song ever, which I already showed in my Chased by Dinosaurs review. Oh, that's so cute. It's making puppy noises. And sniffing. Oh my gosh. Oh, big puppy. Oh my gosh, that's adorable. That is so adorable. Okay, I need to stop. Sinraptor. How you doing? Still just looks like a Metriacanthosaurid, but you know what? We're gonna be called Sinraptor. Sinraptor. 1. And also, Petrie's uncle is the best villain in, well, maybe next to Ozzy and Strut in 2, but Petrie's uncle in 7 is like such a good villain by Michael York. I mean, it's Michael York, obviously he's gonna be great, but, oh, nope, you're gonna be Sinraptor 2, bro. Not just Sinraptor 2! To this day. Alright. And it's a very good message that they deliver with him. That, you know, as people, we like to put other people into boxes. Like, oh, that's a good person, that's a bad person. But that is inaccurate. And there are more that are on the way. That's inaccurate. Because people don't just come in black and white, good or bad. People do good and bad things. But you can't just lump them into that category. Maybe they do more good or more bad things, but every good person has done bad things, and every bad person has done good things. So that's why Ducky gives a song that like everyone has good inside and bad inside, and you know, and that's a very mature message to give to a young audience. It's like pretty awesome, actually. Hold on, get a good shot of you. Oh, that is a good shot of you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. So here's Sinraptor. Oh, a Metriacanthosaurid from the late Jurassic in China. Aww. And I need to refresh myself on the family relations within Carnosauria. Okay, I'm gonna write this in the bottom below when I'm editing this, but is it an Allosauridae? Metriacanthosauridae and Allosauridia? The family and the superfamily? I'll have to check. But they do look great. I do like ya. Oh, okay, that was pretty cute. I'll give you that. Very dramatic. Okay, but I think this episode has gone on long enough. So guys, alright, that was a lot of movie reviewing. But remember, if you enjoyed this episode, to please leave a like and subscribe. Next time, we're going for Memenchisaurus and Chunkingosaurus. So, I'll see you then.